this is Sarah here, and thank you for watching my channel Your Tree Shelf. And today I am doing a video about my May book haul. It's already up to 12 I believe, so I thought I'd better do it now and not buy any more books this month. So I won't spend too long on each one. This is the first one, so This Is Going to Hurt by Adam Kay, and I have seen Adam Kay live before, and he was really funny. He is a doctor, he was a doctor, he's no longer practicing, he left medicine, and this is a memoir about his time as a junior doctor and about why he left medicine. So seeing as that's something that I am very much in the midst of at the moment, I really wanted to read this, and I've heard mixed reviews from my doctor friends. Some of them really enjoyed it, some of them said it's a little bit sensationalist, and so I am enjoying seeing what I think for myself. The second one is this one, which I obviously should have taken the sticker off before I held it up. This is Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste. This is one about a suburban community which seems like it changes when a young girl and her mother move into the neighbourhood as lodgers. So I'm looking forward to reading this one. I had already spotted it on Audible, and then I saw it at the supermarket for a very good price, so I thought, why not treat myself? So that's that one. This one is one of the Women's Prize for Fiction shortlist, and I have heard Simon of Savage Reads talk about this one a lot of times with very favourable reviews, and so he has made quite a hole in my wallet this month with his reviews. So I had to buy this one when I saw it in Waterstones. It was in the buy one get one half price offer, so I ended up actually getting 4 of the Women's Prize shortlist so that I could have a good go at reading those before the winner is announced. So this one is a portrait of domestic violence, which again, it's something which sometimes I come across in my job, and I think it would be really insightful to read this, especially when it's had such brilliant reviews. Next we have Seeing Unburied Seeing by Desmond. Again, another one of the Women's Prize shortlist books, which Simon has said lots of favourable things about. And this one, I don't know if I'd have picked this up or not, to be honest, normally, but it sounds really interesting. It's about a family. It says an epic tale of hope and struggle, examining power and limitations of family bonds. So this should be a good read. I'm going to try and get this read again before the announcement of the winner of the prize comes out. Coming next, guess what? Another women's shortlist book. This one is The Idiot, and I haven't heard such good things about this one. So I think Simon, you DNF'd this book, but I wanted to read it just because I actually do like a campus novel. I really like books that are set in educational facilities, so I thought that this was probably maybe more up my street. I think I liked the premise on the back where it says it's about somebody who's intelligent but doesn't have a lot of life experience, so well, at once clever and clueless, it describes it as, which I thought is quite an interesting premise to have. So I'm looking forward to reading this one to make up my mind whether I agree with the not so great reviews or whether I really enjoy this one. The next one is Elmet by Fiona Mosley, and one of my GP colleagues at work has lent this book to me. He reads a lot and he recommended this one, although he did say that it's a bit bleak. This one was on the long list for the Women's Prize, but it didn't make the short list. And it's a debut novel which sounds quite interesting. It's written about the landscape in Yorkshire, and apparently the idea for the book came when she was on the train going through Yorkshire quite regularly. So that's that one. It's Home Fire by Camilla Shamsi. So I won't go into great details of this one because I will do a review of it when I do my May's wrap up. But it's about 3 siblings who are British Muslims, and it's about their experiences excuse me, about their experiences being British Muslims in this country and abroad, and it covers relationships. It covers relationships between partners, between siblings, between parents and child, and so far it's absolutely brilliant and I'm loving it. Right, now on to some older books. So when I went to Cromer at the bank holiday weekend, when it was absolutely gorgeous weather, I stumbled across a little secondhand bookshop which I've never noticed before, called Bookworms, and it was really great. The book prices were really good. There was actually some pretty up-to-date books in their fiction section, so I'll definitely be going back, and I picked up 5 books for a total of £9, which was great. So the first one is The Year of the Flood by Margaret Atwood. And I dropped a bit of a clanger here because I didn't realise at the time that it's the second in the Oryx and Crake series. I am not an experienced Margaret Atwood reader. I know everybody loves Margaret Atwood, and all the people whose opinions I respect really, really love Margaret Atwood. I had an audiobook of hers a long time ago, which I can't remember what it was called. I'll try and remember and put it down in the notes below, and I really didn't like it. And again, like I said in the last video, I don't know if it was the narrator because her voice really irritated me. So I wanted to try Margaret Atwood again. So when I saw this, I thought, oh great, I'll pick this up. And then when I was putting it onto my Goodreads list, I noticed it was number 2 in the series, which was a bit silly of me not to know that. But I will have to get number 1 in the series so that I can then read this one. And hopefully I will become a Margaret Atwood fan. So that's that one. The next one is The Lacuna by Barbara Kingsolver, and the reason that I chose this one, I have read Flight Behaviour by Barbara Kingsolver, and I have had the Poisonwood Bible on my TBR for absolutely years after my mum lent it to me, and I still haven't given it back. I heard Mercedes of Mercy's Bookish Musings and Lauren of Lauren and the Books were doing a read-along for the Poisonwood Bible, and so it sort of brought Barbara Kingsolver back into my consciousness. And so when I saw The Lacuna, I thought that I would buy this one. It sounds completely different. It's set in 1935. It's about Frida Kahlo and her husband, and sounds really interesting, something that I haven't read that kind of thing before, so looking forward to that. The next one is Salmon Fishing in the Yemen by Paul Torday, which I have seen the film of many years ago, and I really enjoyed the film. My old work colleague Fiona loved Paul Torday, and she always used to recommend his books. He was her favourite author, and so when I saw this one, I thought that that would be a good introduction to Paul Torday, especially because I really enjoyed the film when I watched that. This one is Gillespie and I by Jane Harris. So I haven't read anything by Jane Harris, but I do remember, Simon, you are to blame for this one again, I do remember that he talked a lot about this book over the years. So this is set in 1933 in London, and it's about an artist called Ned Gillespie, and she says she's embraced by his extended, somewhat troubled family and soon becomes a fixture in their lives. But when tragedy strikes the Gillespies, Harriet's connection with them disintegrates into mystery, deception and potentially life-changing accusations. It's quite a big book, but because of the recommendation... Oh, my hair's gone a bit funny. Because of the recommendation, I thought I'll give that one a try. And last but not least is The White Tiger by Aravind Adiga. This is something I remember hearing a lot about when it came out, and it actually won the Man Booker Prize in 2008, so I can't believe it was that long ago. I never read it at the time, and so when I saw it in the second-hand shop, I thought it would be a good time to try it. So that is my haul for this month. It's been a particularly fruitful month in terms of haul for me. Definitely more in than out. But luckily it didn't cost me a fortune, because I either got them in an offer or in a second-hand shop, or they got lent to me. So that's good. So I look forward to working my way through those and reviewing them. If you've read any of them, let me know what you thought in the comments, and I will see you soon for another video. Bye!